Welcome to the Assembly Appropriations. Good morning. Welcome to the Assembly Appropriations Committee July 8th, 2015 hearing. We're lacking a quorum, so we'll start off as a subcommittee. The Vice Chair is back. Welcome back, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
And I see that Senator Wesso is in the audience. Senator Wesso, you're up. Senator Wesso, you have two bills with due pass that enjoy due pass recommendations, SB 481 and SB 631. How would you like to begin?
Thank you. Just simply, Mr. Chair, thank you very much. I would like to begin with the SB 631 at your pleasure.
Please proceed.
This bill will update the fee charge on applications for a certificate of public convenience and necessity, which is required of utilities, including telephone companies, telephone corporations, and utilities prior to constructing, expanding, and extending services. This fee simply is increased. It's still not fully cost recoverable, but it has not been changed since 1969, and the fee is still $75. And it's about time we brought it up to today's standards, and just ask for your support.
Thank you so much. Any witnesses in support? Individuals in the public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance.
Good morning, Erica Lee with the Department of Finance. We note that the PUC believes this will not have increased administrative costs to adjust the fee, and we concur with the PUC estimate that the bill will increase revenues as a result of the fee.
Okay, great. Questions or comments from the committee members? See, we're still in a subcommittee, so I appreciate the enthusiasm. But we'll, when the time comes, we'll get a motion and we'll move this bill out.
Thank you, Mr.
Would you like to
Chair.
close?
Simply ask for your support. Appreciate it very much.
Great. Your next bill, please.
The next bill, SB 481. Again, this is a very straightforward bill that doesn't cost the state of California any money. This bill seeks to ensure transparency of government and ensuring that audit reports prepared at the local level preserves the independence of internal auditors. This bill prohibits an internal auditor from being under the direct supervision of a general counsel. Now, the whole purpose of this is to ensure that while an auditor can still obtain legal advice, that the general counsel does not specifically influence an auditor in the way they can conduct an audit. This is important to make sure there's full transparency, that auditors can present all information to the public without political influence. Such a structure makes it easier for organizations and local government to render a report that is transparent and full of the proper information to the public. Again, this is simply a transparency measure, and I hope that the legislature will stand by promoting transparency in government. And
Thank you.
Respectfully ask for your support.
Thank you, Senator. Any witnesses in support? Individuals from the public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance?
We note that since this bill could require local agencies to alter their oversight structure for internal audits, it may be interpreted by the Commission on State Mandates to be imposing reimbursable state-mandated costs on local agencies. At this point, the extent of any potential general fund cost is unknown.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the committee members? Seeing none. Mr. Wesso, would you like to close?
Simply request your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Seeing none, we'll make a motion and move the bill out when the time comes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sergeants, can you call the senators who are presenting today? Also, I'm calling the assembly members who serve on the Appropriations Committee. If you can come down so we can call roll, would greatly appreciate it, and establish quorum.
Thank you.
Call quorum.
Gomez. Bigelow.
Here.
Bloom.
Maybe not.
Bonta. Calderon.
Here.
Chang. Daly. Eggman. Gallagher. Garcia. Holden. Jones. Quirk.
Here.
Rendon. Wagner. Weber. Wood.
Senator Mendoza, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish I was here earlier to catch the joke or whatever's going on in here, but it seems you guys are having a good time here. That's good.
So you have 3 bills on the agenda for today, one on consent, one on suspense, and one due pass, SB 505 with the due pass recommendation. What's your pleasure?
Yes.
Pleasure.
And we're going to present 505. We're going to waive presentation on the other bill.
Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I'm here to present SB 505, which provides the Secretary of State with the authority to inform voters using plain language text to describe the voter Bill of Rights.
Move the bill.
Mr. Chair, respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you so much. Witnesses in support.
Ted Molhauser on behalf of Secretary of State Alex Padilla. The Secretary is pleased to sponsor SB 505. This bill will allow his office to provide the Voter Bill of Rights in easily understandable language. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with Senator Mendoza even further.
Great. Any other witnesses in support? Individuals from the public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance.
The Department of Finance is neutral on this bill because it will formally allow the SOS to inform voters of their key electoral rights using plain language to describe the Voter Bill of Rights. Should have no fiscal impact.
Thank you so much. Any questions or comments from the committee members? Seeing none, Mr. Mendoza, would you like to close?
Just respectfully ask for your aye vote, Mr. Chair.
Great. As a motion by Quirk, a second by Wood, and it's out on a B roll call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members.
Senator Pavley? Senator Pavley, you have one bill on consent, and SB 365 enjoys a due pass recommendation. You may begin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate being here. This bill will make voting more convenient for voters. About 60% of everyone voted in 2014 by mail. And right now you can put it back into, take it to the post office or put it in your mailbox, if they still pick up at your mailbox. Or you can drop it off at your precinct. This is another option. In fact, several counties are already doing this to allow, in a safe place, a vote-by-mail drop-off box, perhaps in your city hall or on your library. So this bill just simply with the support of Alex Padilla, Secretary of State, they're going to develop some guidelines to ensure security, likely location, sort of best management practices, if you will, and put into statute that counties do have the authority to implement drop-off boxes, and will provide some guidelines so that they're safe and secure. Ask for your aye vote.
Thank you so much, Senator. We have a motion by Quirk, a second by Weber. Any witnesses in support? Individuals for the public in support, witnesses in opposition, individuals from the public in opposition, Department of Finance.
No file on this.
No file. Questions or comments from the committee members? Senator Pavley, I read an article regarding, I'm thinking the state of Washington has a program like this, and they designed some very interesting drop boxes where even if people try to throw something inside them to set them on fire, they're constructed in a way that creates a vacuum and doesn't allow the fire to even catch. So there are ways to actually create drop boxes that are secure, that are safe, that actually help people and make it easier for people to vote. So I appreciate you bringing this bill forward.
Thank you. It would create readily identifiable containers, perhaps with some of the security options that you suggest, and hopefully in a city-oriented kind of facility like a library that has some measure of security.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll take that as your close. We have a motion, a second, and this bill is out on a B roll call.
Thank you.
We have the two bills for Senator Wesso.
Move SB 481.
We have a motion by Quirk, a second by Weber. This bill is out on an A roll call.
Move SB 631.
We have a motion by Quirk, a second by Weber. This bill is out on a B roll call, with Chang not voting. I can take a motion on the consent file. We have you got it. A motion by Bigelow, a second by Wood. This bill is out on the file is out on an A roll call. I'm also staffers who are watching the appropriations hearing. If your member is not here, can you please come down and check in? Also, calling out Assembly Member Bonta. He left before the roll call was taken, so we need him back down to so we can count him on the roll. So we're calling Daly, Eggman, Holden, and Wagner is excused. Assembly Member Quirk, you're pinch hitting. Mr. is on suspense. You have SB 3.
I'm sorry. 348.
You have SB 348. Mr. Quirk, can you briefly describe what the bill does? Well, he has to. Thank you.
This is a bill that combines public safety with an exemption from CEQA. It allows the building of a railroad grade crossing that presents a threat to public safety to be exempted from the CEQA, and it extends. It's been in there for a while, and it's extended through 2019.
Thank you so much, Mr. Quirk. Witnesses in support?
Mr. Chair and members, Nick Zanjani with the PUC. This is a basic public safety measure. It's a tool in the toolbox to assure that there aren't further railroad crossing accidents. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Individual from the public in support?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Matt Robinson on behalf of Caltrain in support. Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Any other individuals from the public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance?
No file.
No file. Questions or comments from the committee members? Seeing none, Mr. Quirk, would you like to close? We appreciate your close. This bill has a motion and a second. A motion by Wood, a second by Rendon. This bill is out with the Republicans not voting.
All right. Next is Hancock SB 230. This bill allows inmates serving life sentences who are found suitable for parole to be paroled as specified in the bill. It also authorizes the governor to request a review of the decision by the board to grant or deny parole at any time during the inmate's scheduled release.
Can I get a motion on this bill? We have a motion by Wood, a second by Rendon. Witnesses in support?
Jim Lindberg try again, third time. Jim Lindberg on behalf of the Friends Committee on Legislation of California. We're in strong support.
Thank you so much. Any other individuals from public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance?
Finance is neutral on this bill. The Board of Parole Hearings does not anticipate any additional cost as a result of this bill, and the bill may result in potential savings to the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to the extent that inmates are released who otherwise may have been held in prison beyond the board's determination to grant parole.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the committee members? Seeing none, I was going to ask you to close, but we have a motion by Wood, a second by Rendon. This bill is out on a B roll call.
And then finally, SB 623 Lara. The bill expressly overrules regulations which are contrary to current statute that provide that undocumented workers are not eligible for certain workers' compensation benefits. So the sum is undocumented workers who are injured on the job can get workers' compensation benefits.
We have a motion by Wood, a second by Rendon. Witnesses in support?
Mike Carroll with California Applicant Attorneys, sponsor of the measure. We're in strong support.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, Mitch Seaman with the California Labor Federation, also here in strong support.
Shane Gussman on behalf of the Teamsters in support.
Jeremy Mers on behalf of the California Chamber of Commerce, also in support.
On behalf of the California Association of Joint Powers Authorities, also in support.
Thank you. Any other individuals from the public in support? Witnesses in opposition? Individuals from the public in opposition? Department of Finance?
No file.
No file. Questions or comments from the committee members? Seeing none, this bill has a motion has been moved by Wood, second by Rendon. This bill is out on a B roll call with Chang aye. All other files are on suspense. This hearing is adjourned.